Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a fantastic Easter. So, as a little treat for our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ coming back from the dead, we're going to make fun out of the Satanists. So, if you like this kind of stuff, like, subscribe, and comment. But otherwise, we'll just get straight into it. So, um, last weekend, I think, in Canada, they had the NDP convention. That's the New Democratic Party, I believe. Um, Essentially, just imagine you got, I don't know, 100 crazy people in a room together. Um, yeah, it sounds hilarious. I know. So, we're going to watch a few clips and see what happened. So, let's just kick it off. This is the chair. Um, I think, an image is 1,000 words, but we'll cover her a bit more later. But otherwise, let's get into it.
There's a point of privilege on microphone 1, then we'll go to microphone 3. Go ahead, delegate.
Yes, hello. I was standing here with my gender equity card.
Sorry, just to cut in. She was standing there with her tea towel. That is a tea towel, not a kefir, as I like to pretend it is. That is a tea towel. And she's got a gender equity card.
Before you called on the previous speaker. That's my point of privilege that I would like to raise.
I will explain the speaking order, which is fixed, that I cannot amend, which is the pro-con rotation. You can move yourself up a line that you're standing in.
I am pro, and I was...
We went,
You went pro, con,
we went pro-con, pro, and my plan was to go con. The speaker at con mic 3 also has a speaking card.
Yesterday.
So, as they just had there, they're clearly having a debate about a subject. So they go pro, con, pro, just to kind of, keep it balanced. The problem, however, they encountered was the person at the con microphone. So they're going pro, con, pro. So they're going to go con next. And the person at the con microphone also had one of these stupid little cards, which gives them the right to talk. And this girl, I assume she's a girl, she had a card, so immediately she thought she was meant to go next. So, for those that aren't aware, if you've ever been around one of these mental people, all right, what happens is they usually claim something called victimhood. So it might be because of their skin color, their race, or the people they decide to share a bed with. And what generally happens is they will say, "I'm a victim," and normally they're in a room full of normal people who don't give a fuck. So they just kind of go, fine, you're a victim, you go do what you like, and then they kind of go do what they like. And that's how they sort of live their lives. They claim to be a victim, but they tend to kind of get whatever they want because, they cry hard about it. Now, imagine you've always got what you wanted because you're a victim. And then you get into a room full with a whole group of victims. What then happens is you get what we call victim Olympics. You're then having to constantly one-up each other, trying to say, "Oh, I'm a victim of this much, but I'm a victim of this much too." Well, it's quite hard to work out who's a victim from, just looking at them. So as you see there, they've got a stack of cards. And what you do is you pick up the card which best reflects your victimhood. And then depending on what colour card you've got, you tend to win. It's sort of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Depending which card you've got, you win. But this is crazier than Yu-Gi-Oh! So that's I'm thinking the logic behind it, if there is any logic. But otherwise, if you see these cards again, that's what they're talking about.
Yesterday, this card
There's one.
was used in an inappropriate manner. And while I understand in Ontario we know this is equity, even if that, this was also...
So she said this card's been used inappropriately. There's this made-up card has been used inappropriately, and you can see the other black people behind them are all looking like someone's been killed.
Use inappropriate in terms of gender. I want everyone to be mindful that these cards for individuals like myself who identify as a black woman have no value outside of this space.
So she says these cards, which me as an individual identifies as a group. These cards have no value outside of this space. That's right, because once you leave the funny farm, the rules of the world apply. So, good way to start the day. All right. Oh, okay. This one. Right. So, what you're looking at on the screen right now, you might not have seen these for a while. In Germanic cultures, these were called trolls. Now, what trolls would do is they would hide under bridges where they lived, And anytime a traveller wanted to cross the bridge, the troll would pop up and say, you have to pay me the troll toll or I'm going to eat you, I believe, or, just something very discomforting. Obviously, trolls were sort of bred out of extinction. People stopped using them, so the trolls starved, due to the economy. However, as you can see here, we still have one. It seems to have migrated from mainland Europe across to the American continent. So, yeah, it's nice to see that, they're still sort of in existence. Haven't gone extinct. But let's listen to what the troll has to say.
There's very little time and for delegates to speak, but early on the mic, it's hard as a racialized and transgender delegate to sometimes use this card and speak up, speak to somebody in front of me in line and ask, hey, this pertains to multiple intersecting parts of my lived experience. I'd like to speak. I was rejected when I talked, and it's frustrating when these are my rights being directly under attack right now in Alberta, and that a cisgender woman had spoken over me. And I understand her rights are important too. This pertains to her too, but I don't know. I hope that in the future the federal NDP will also have a broader interpretation of the equity cards for speakers. That's all. Thank you.
So the problem the troll had was the troll went up to speak, but a straight white woman spoke over it. So rather than actually go up to the microphone to say what you were originally going to say, now that they've had another slight against them, that completely overrides the topic they're actually talking about. The troll goes up and just says, by the way, I've been spoken over and I have this green card. How could this happen? And that becomes the most important thing in their immediate future. So yeah, forget, the actual policies they're discussing. It's, hang on, I know we're talking about something else, but that white woman over there, and obviously because she's a woman, she's got her own struggles, so the troll can't, dismiss it. But they just move on to that. So, weirdos. All right. Got a little compilation, yep, of best bits.
It's a point of...
Go ahead.
It's got a point of privilege. The microphones seem really low today. It's hard to hear everyone at the mic. Between the background noise and the volume in here with the microphones, it's really hard to hear. And the closed captioning also is slower to make it hard to keep up with what's going on.
Thank you.
Microphones are too low. A normal person would find a member of staff, generally one with a walkie-talkie that says crew member on their back, and say, excuse me, sir. You have to assume it's a bloke because it's working in technical. Excuse me, sir. The microphones are a bit low, and then they can go have a chat with somebody and get them lifted. That's usually how an adult would deal with something like that, rather than, again, going up to the microphone, disrupting the proceedings to say, by the way, I can't hear on the microphone. So, good stuff.
Delegate, I have a hearing impairment and I'm struggling to hear the delegates, and I know that you are too.
She says she's got a hearing impairment, but I think she's got Dumbo-sized ears, and that's actually a lie.
Let's have some order. We'll hear from the delegate on microphone.
We'll have some order whilst looking like an Aryan.
One, please.
I did want to bring attention to the fact that a fellow delegate is holding the gender parity cards.
Let's take the microphone to that delegate. We'll hear from them right now.
White bloke says, sorry, there's someone over there with a card, so they need to speak first. They can't get to the microphone because physics won't let them.
She, her.
My pronouns are she, her, elle en français. It's gonna be really hard to follow Rob Ashton. Amazing speaker. We are a working class party. I
Notice the nose ring and this cape.
think most of us in this room are behind that, and while we can debate on the specific words and who is and isn't included, I think our Constitution needs to recognize that. And I also recognize there is, I'm sorry, I'm speaking way too fast. Let me slow down for the closed captioning. I'm so sorry, I get excited.
No, that lady wasn't impressed. No.
It's
no.
a point of privilege. The closed captions for this convention are running between 6 and 10 seconds behind. So it's just a request for the chairpersons to be aware. And when you move to a vote, I'm still reading the debate. So if we just take a little pause, that would be appreciated.
Okay.
Again, go talk to somebody who works there. All right.
Yes, bonjour, hi. My name is Parker Tian. I'm representing Vancouver Quadra. Just to reply my Franco comrades' prior point of privilege earlier, as you can see, I do have one of the translating device. However, I'd like to raise this to the chair's concern that the sign-out process for this device is not necessarily the best because it requires you to fill the form and give a piece of your ID, and most people don't even know where to get it, which is behind the registration table. And also, like, they don't have enough pens when we're there, so there was a very long line up. Also, for the device itself, because it's using infrared technology, you have to kind of like position. So
Okay, so basically he's gone up in the microphone to say, we've got translation devices, we can't sign them out because there's not enough pens over there. I think this example is a clear-cut example of why leftists should never be in power. Very simple reason. Imagine people had to go get a resource, like a translation device, and the organising group, the organisers, haven't put enough resources into it to make it, available to people. In this instance, it's pens to sign out a translation device, right? Imagine if it was, I don't know, food or energy or something like that, something important. These people should never be near power. So, and it's nice to see they're importing the communists. So there we go then. And yeah, last clip of the day.
Microphone 2, are you on this resolution?
Yes.
Microphone 2, please.
Another tea towel wearer.
My name is Mastura Tasneem.
Stack of cards, and the old man's just staring at her.
My pronouns are she, they. I'm from Ontario. Hello, bonjour. As we conduct this convention today
Oh, COVID mask wearer. They're always there.
and the past 2 days, right now there's discussions of 10,000 American men and women being sent to Iran, being deployed just to be part of this bloodbath.
Actually, so I'm going to interrupt that. I reckon this man has been let out somewhere and he doesn't know where he is. His family's probably looking for him.
Canada cannot and will not be part of the legacy of blood that was built in Iraq, in Palestine, and now in Iran. This is a no-question debate. I call this question, Madam and Chairs. Thank you.
Did you spot what just happened there? If you didn't, you're a bigot.
Your point's quite well made, Speaker. I'll again thank delegates not to call me Madam Chair or Madame la Présidente. I'm a non-binary person. My pronouns are they, them, and their. Chair is sufficient.
Oh, cardinal sin. You see her face, little smug face. She knows she's not coming back next year. She's about to be excommunicated for misgendering. And look, everyone's standing up clapping because they're all turning on her like a pack of wolves.
And with regret, you've spoken to the resolution. It's not open to you to also call the question. If the question is the will of the House, someone else must call it because we heard from you in substantive debate.
Okay, I was not aware.
Weird rule. Microphone 4.
Again, so tea towel wearer misgenders, and then because of their rules, nothing gets done. So, yeah, just a little light-hearted one, just to show you how insane the left is. If you put enough of them in a room together, it's comedy gold. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, but as always, stay away from the left. Do not associate with them. If you find yourself in a room with one, look for the nearest exit. Don't run, health and safety. Just briskly make your way towards it, and make sure that you get on the phone to somebody so they know where you are at all times. Otherwise, guys, have a great rest of your Easter, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.